my mind is blown away. I just took a look at the pop count for basketball cards and saw a very skewed result with some of the big names in the sport. Details coming up on this next episode of DIY Sports Cards. Hello everyone and welcome to DIY Sports Cards, a place where we take a deep dive into the buying and selling of sports cards for buyers and collectors alike. I'm Ramon, the founder of this channel, and also the owner of IconicTradingCards.com. Gem rate is awesome. I took a deeper dive into the information that site provides, and what I found out was the information that I had no idea was going to be so skewed. You see, I've been told up to this point, basketball cards, Zion, Luka, the pop counts are off the charts. But what I didn't understand is how far off the charts they were. We're going to take a look at that today. I pulled out 6 names of GOATs and big name superstars to take a look at what their pop counts were and the impact is on the total basketball pop count. Let's take a look at what I found. All right, here we have the homepage for gemrate.com. Very cool looking dashboard. You open up this website and it takes you to the grading trends with PSA. As you can see, they're grading of about 24,000 cards right now per day. That's the average trend over the last 30 days. You see information about the trailing 7 days, recent pace. It looks like they're currently at 7.8 million cards on estimate based on these guys. But looking at the trend for the entire year, the estimations suggest that if they keep up this 24 card per day count average, you're going to see the total number of cards graded this year at a little over 8.7 million cards. What's interesting about that is 8.7 million is the total count for the year. While that's better than the previous year, I understood by March they had a backlog of over 10.5 million cards. So what that tells me is it's going to take a little over a year to get some of these cards graded, especially the ones that were submitted in Q1 of 2021. What's cool about this site is you can start looking at player data. It tells you the pop counts for each player. So what I want to do is start looking at how these cards are, how certain cards are doing in the basketball scene. Let's start first by looking at Ja Morant. Pulls up the data from PSA. And what you find out is Ja Morant has a total graded count, total pop count of 233,000 cards. Of those 233,000, 121,000 of them were graded out as a Gem Mint 10. 52% gem rate. Gem rate, this is why they came up with the company name. See the correlation? And down here it tells you which cards are graded the most, with the leader of the pack being the 2019 Panini Prism base card, which has a total pop count of almost 35,000 cards. What's interesting is base makes up a significant chunk of that total. Let's look at the next player on the list. Next player is going to be Luka Doncic. Luka. Now with Luka, he's a little bit higher than Ja Morant. They only have 235,000 cards graded. Still a 52% gem rate, with 122,000 cards in total that have been gemmed. Leader of the pack again is the Panini Prism 2018 base rookie card. What's interesting is of that 235,000 cards, 160,000 of them, or 2/3 of those cards, have been base cards. So a little over a third of the cards are parallels that have been submitted to PSA for grading. Again, at 52% gem rate. Interesting total. Let's go to another name, Zion Williamson. Now Zion, he has 275,000 cards, roughly, 2 less than that. He's got a 50% gem rate, and again, the Panini Prism is leading the pack, leading the race, with over 37,500 cards graded in total. Big pop count. 20,000 of those cards have been a Gem Mint 10. And if you look at the parallels, or the parallel view, again, base cards, 379 of them, lead the pack with 191,000 of those cards being graded. It's a big number. Next card, let's start looking at some of the more legendary players. let's see what LeBron's going to do. He's obviously going to be one of the all-time greats eventually. A little bit of a crybaby, but he's still going to be a great. And what we're looking at here with LeBron is he's up at 375,000 cards. Still a 48% gem rate. A lot of those gems are really influenced by modern cards. Everything from 2018, 2019. In fact, his Panini Revolution, his 2018 Panini Revolution, 75% of those cards are grading in as a gem mid 10. 75%. Pretty good chance if you're looking to buy that card, buy the 10. My assumption is because there's so many cards being graded out there, that card is going to come in at a pretty reasonable price. Don't buy the 9 because the 9 is probably going to be less than a raw card in itself. Anyhow, LeBron James, his rookie card, the Topps 2003, is the first rookie card on the list, and that has a pop count of almost 12,000 cards, with 2,000 of them being in the gem mid 10. So not a bad number, all things considered, when you look at what Luka, Zion, and Ja are doing. Okay, so moving on to the next one. Let's look at Kobe. Now, Kobe, I'm guessing is going to be somewhere... Nope, he is lower than LeBron. He's at 293,000 cards, 63,000 in gem. Gem rate is a much lower rate. I'm guessing that's probably because there's a lot fewer cards of his from the modern day that have been graded. The number one card that is graded of his is that common 1996 base Topps rookie card at 27,000 total cards. But only 3,000 of them have been graded at a gem mid. When you see the price of that card on eBay and other comps, you'll see that that card may be a little undervalued at this point. I think people are concerned that the pop count is high. Now, while I agree that his total pop count is high, significant on this base Topps, his pop count here suggests that there may be room to move, so I think there might be some upside with this card. If I'm not mistaken, last time I checked, that might be somewhere around $1,000, $1,200. I'll double check that. But as such, Kobe Bryant also in the top 6 with almost 300,000 total cards being graded. Now the last one I want to look at is obviously Michael Jordan. And when you look at this number, I'm guessing it's going to be higher than Kobe and LeBron. And oh wow, we're looking at 735,000 cards. Almost 750,000 Michael Jordan cards have been graded. That's crazy, 20% gem rate. So what that's telling me is, let's see what cards we have graded. So the one leading the pack is at almost 31,000 total cards is his 1990 Fleer card. And what's interesting is the next card on the list is his 86 rookie Fleer card. That is number 2 with a pop count of almost 23,000. So it's interesting to see such a high value of cards, especially on comps, when he has a relatively high pop count. Interesting. Looking down the list, I see the 88, his third-year card is on here. His rookie sticker is on here, again at a very, very low pop count. The 89 Hoops base card. And his second-year card is also here on the list. So the second-year card and the fourth-year card. And interestingly enough, his SP1 baseball card is in here at only a pop count of 11,598. A lot of cards in that pop count. It's crazy to see cards of those 6 players make up such a significant amount. But how big is the total? I'm really curious to see what that means with regards to the total pop count. Let's have a look further as what that means. Okay, so we've looked at all the cards, and we've seen that there is a significant amount of graded cards between these 6 superstars, both current and past. Let's see what that means when we look at the total basketball count, because I'm curious to see how many basketball cards are graded in total. Now you can pull this from PSA's service. You go to psacard.com, click on the pop report, and if you come down here and click on basketball cards, this will provide you a list of all the different years of service that you're looking for, and then you can further drill down into sets and into the players within those sets. But the number I'm interested in is this right here, 6.184690. Almost 6.2 million cards in total have been graded by PSA that are basketball cards. So what does that mean for us? So if you look at this chart, we take each of the players and represents a piece of the puzzle. Now the big blue area, that 4.038 million, is pretty much everyone else not named Kobe, Michael, Zion, Luka, Ja Morant, or LeBron. What's that number represent? 34.71 cards. All the basketball cards that PSA has graded are cards for Kobe, MJ, LeBron, Luka, Zaya, and Ja. 34%, almost 35%. But to make things more interesting, of all the cards graded by PSA that are these 6 players, 12.41% of all cards that are graded for these 6 actually come out in a Gem Mint 10. Those are some crazy stats, and stats that tells me that the collector and the investor really do have a big interest in ensuring that these 6 players are in their collection, whether they're flipping or whether they're just holding on. What I'm seeing is the basketball market for sports cards is really focused on the big names and the superstars. So interesting facts, if you're on the market to buy one of these cards from one of these 6 players, chances are, with how flooded the market is on gem rate cards, if you want to buy this card, buy it in a gem rate because it should be affordable. Well, that's all I got for you today. Interesting material for sure, and kudos to Gem Rate for the hard work that they're doing. I'm really impressed with the data that provide, and I think if you check that data out, I think you'll find a similar type of result. In the meantime, have a good week, everyone. Stay safe, be healthy, and we'll see you soon. Peace.